But I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie. That female that I was listening to, I mean, she meant a lot. She meant a lot. That person, I'm gonna say, because there's been a lot of times where I did a lot of surgery under the knife, and I made people into, the beautiful people that they became. I made them into like a lot of people that I'd have worked on and did some work on, whatnot. I see other people and other doctors and scientists trying to, duplicate how I did it. And for the last few years, I've been hearing about people with Brazilian butt lifts and, butt tummy tucks and, butt lifts and butt shocks. But the people that I had work on, it's hard to tell the difference between what they were and what they are and what they became, because I'm a different, you know I'm a different doctor. I'm a different type of, genetic surgeon. Um, a lot of the shit too was human, humanistic. After so long, the generation of folks and things and species and creatures that was amongst us are not 100% human. I think we have a low percentage of species of so-called humans that's 100% is rare in today's day and age and time. And genetically, not that many people have a high quality of DNA structure and chromosomes of human. Like me, I got a higher, percentage than an abundance of things and creatures and species. So when I'm doctoring, bringing a person, under the knife and surgically repairing and, you know, doctoring and doing things with the genetics, it's easier for self to duplicate with having a high percentage of human DNA and structure still inside of me. But the one female that I was listening to talk, it's been a long time since I actually heard her speak. And just like anybody else that I loved or anybody else that I cared about, we was together. And I think that one of my weapons that made her, you know, what made that person gone over me, it wasn't the fact that I had finances, because she was well taken care of and she can carry herself. I think any female, except for the people, some of the people in the beginning, was well taken care of and could carry themselves. But the thing about her was that it was the sex that drove her deeper into the point where she she would pay somebody to go out there and try to not intimidate, but like mock what I'm doing. Like if I'm putting it on her, I remember this one time we somewhere we kicking it. All I can remember is we on the couch and shit, and she'd have had some niggas try to get at me, and I mean, everybody always pushed me to that limit, to that point to where I be afraid, but I always come out better than I was, expected to do. Now, it's been times where people that got me, you know what I'm saying? You can get me when I'm so called sleeping, you know what I'm saying? Or, the number game, if I'm not up to the motherfucking physicality and my heart not into it and my mind into it, not into it, then I won't go as hard as I could go. And it's been people I'd have let, just literally whoop my ass because some people, when I look them in their face and I look them in their eyes and I look at them, you know, I can't help but to be marshmallowy. You know what I'm saying? Like I could install an endurance, a lot of brutality and abuse and, attacks and shit. And as soon as I let go, I don't never see nobody else standing, after I finally take, it's like Gohan had to get pushed so many times to get to that level to where he can defend himself without having anybody else help it, even if, he didn't ask for help. But the thing with me and her was that, she'll do for me, I do for her. But it was like when I used to talk to her during sex, you know what I'm saying? And she was right that she can have any nigga she want or have a nigga, you know what I'm saying, that, match her. She was right. You know what I'm saying? But in my life, like it takes every other nigga and woman and everything put together to outdo what I once did. You know, people look at Maserati Rick or Rick Ross or Big Meech or Bush Jones. Yeah, these people made money to the fact that y'all all knew about what they was doing. People didn't never know or understood or realized who they had to answer to. You know what I'm saying? And then with me being so young at one point in time, before I sold, the drug game to the federal government, because I had made my money. I had made enough money that we all could be set straight, forever. So these people that was out there, that was getting praised, that was in that spotlight, you know, they had already been sentenced, right? And the deal was they do their time. I put them on. Anybody that I was dealing with in the beginning known that, well, you had to do time for me to get all this millions and billions. You know what I'm saying? It's not that you did something wrong. It's just being a part of the puzzle. You feel me? And you come out, you get your millions of dollars, you get this, you get that, you come out, you're supposed to come out better. But as you can see, every 4 to 8 years, you get a new person that's in position. So when you get a new person that's in position, new rules and regulations and obligations and promises get brought. Some of the old things, if you're not firm enough to have control over the people that's coming in, it get thrown out. You feel me? So in the beginning, it really wasn't no jail time for the shit. Like in the beginning, I can't talk about how they started things over and then caught it the beginning. It wasn't no jail time because the drug that was like out of this world was a big no-no was marijuana. Now heroin and all that shit, it was a drug that they was giving to people that was in, a lot of pain, great endurance of pain, like morphine and the cocoa leaves and, the boy and all that. All that shit was governmental drugs. It wasn't that popular until it became popular when people within the government and within the armies and navies start putting the shit out there on the street, because they'd do they 4 to 8 years, 12 years, 15 years, and some of them would get wounded and steady needed the medication. So the pharmaceutical started putting it in places and in hospitals, so the veterans can get it. And then, when it was cut and stepped on, people started calling it the same thing that it was. That it wasn't. After you put a 1 or a 2 or a 3 or a 9 on it, it's no longer the original brand drug, because it's cut. It's cut with so many things. The originality of the drug was purity. No cut. Nigga, you couldn't even break down a bird. See, y'all don't go back to these times and dates. Y'all go back to after the 70s. After 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79 is where it all cut off at. See, originally, to get to these new dates like 1980, you had to go through so much time traveling. Like, another thing that I could speak on, you know how people are looking a lot older as time started to go on? Because it's a time machine that was built to make the people go through mutations and have, mutations of the hips and the buttocks and the chest and the biceps and, the brain, the fibula, the torso, the kneecap, the toes, the fingers, the hair, your pupils, all these things went through certain devices that was created because people originally, some people was born 40, 50 years old looking. Some people was born with what people was buying and putting on them. You feel me? Some people was born an auntie and an uncle. But a lot of these scientific disorders and things and creations, if it don't coexist to what y'all been reading within the Bible, y'all always say it's the work of, y'all have always stated it's the work of the devil. Little do people know that originally being called the devil was a holy thing itself. It wasn't, I have to speak on originality, something that you people and creatures might not really know nothing about. Because y'all became a generational heritage that was passed from one generation to the next generation. When you was passing generation genetics, you was hoping that one day you will reform and reproduce yourself. It's a lot of science that people, like quantum physics. I'm an expert in quantum physics. I never really was no dumb person. I asked for the start over of things multiple times in the 70s and 80s to give people enough time to catch up with what I had going, what I had acquired. A lot of people came within my life wanted me to make them better. A lot of people came to me and was willing to take from me. Not take as in stealing, but take, from behind my teaching, behind how I carried myself. A lot of people, especially females, when it comes to dressing, see, it was a time where blouses and shirts and pants and jeans and undergarments and just garments alone, it was unisexual because a lot of things that was popular with them looking, like a fashion scent were for men. Women was to wear their skin. You know what I'm saying? It's a sin for a woman to cover her vagina, her buttocks, her hips, her legs, her calves, her knees, her breasts, her hair, unless it's a whole different aspect of religion. See, the Arabic, I'm going to say not Muslim, because Arabic get mixed up with a language. People that's after me think that Arabic meant your language, what you spoken. No, Arabic was a whole different difference between Muslim, Islamic. You feel me? It's a difference. But, like I stated, a lot of translational situations came and it backfired on people, and it kind of helped people because what they was translating, they didn't really have the quite understanding of what it really meant. See, it worked in my favor because I didn't really want everybody to know what it is I was studying and doing. But when people see me doing all these things that they never seen nobody else done, they wanted to be a part of it. Even though they had abilities to do the things that they was, destined to do, they wanted more. I'm not saying it was greed, but it was just a power surge where they wanted to outdo their teacher, their sensei, their grandfather, their grandparents, their mothers. Originally people grew up hating their parents because their parents could have been, living a different adventure than they, allowed their children, their offsprings to, deal with. People was more pleasant. And every time they had a child, a lot of times people put these childs up here like they Jesus Christ, the next Jesus Christ, the next Muhammad. People will put my kid, what I couldn't understand? Sometimes you get around these people, especially the black community of people, they get around these motherfucking other peoples with kids and shit. They might have a birthday party or a get together or something. And these people, I know they motherfucking kids bad as hell. For one, they'll teach they motherfucking kids, don't talk to this person, or don't let this person do this and do that and do this and do that. And your motherfucking kid can be from 2 to fucking 6 or 7, 8 years old, talking sassy to grown-ups and older people, and even being, selfish and, prissy like to other kids, like trying to make it seem like, my kid better than this kid. Bitch, your motherfucking kid was a motherfucking demon when you fucked that nigga you fucked, and then when you fuck that other nigga you fucked, and then you fuck that other nigga I guarantee you, bitch, you probably had something to eat, had something to drink, probably did a drug, you probably had some motherfucking problems with your fucking body, so you was on type of opiums and shit, and all that goddamn shit. You probably got your motherfucking hair with a whole bunch of dead motherfucking shit. It got your fucking mind all fucked up, so your mind fucked up, so your body fucked up, and your spirit fucked up, and you the one that fucked the nigga that, you know, he probably got a little something going on. You know, he'd have paid you $40. He'd have bought you something to eat. You know what I'm saying? He'd have did this little thing. And we ain't gonna talk about the high rolling pimping ass niggas that would give a bitch a whole goddamn 3,000 acres and every fucking mule they can buy. We ain't gonna talk about the high rollers. So when y'all laid down with this motherfucker and these people, bro, y'all energy connected. If you got some shit inside of you that you don't want to come out, you fucking with a nigga that, you know, you probably met at the bar, you probably met at the store. He looking, you know what I'm saying, nice to you, she looking nice to him, and y'all kick it, and y'all both got this motherfucking, this ego about yourself. What the fuck you think your kid gonna have? It's only fucking rare that two fuck-ups make a beautiful ass, honest to God child. It's rare as hell. You rather fuck a fucking donkey than get a beautiful motherfucker out of it. Now, I ain't talking about the beautiful and the motherfucking looks. I'm talking about the presence. The way it's carried. The way it treat one another and itself. Now, see, I done fucked up because I couldn't stand a fucking dust particle. I couldn't stand no fucking dirt. I couldn't stand dirt under my nails. I couldn't go a fucking day without matching the fucking clouds, the sky, a rainbow, sun, or moon, and stars. All this shit that I speak about, the people with the abilities to help me, they destroyed my character. They assassinated my character. Instead of allowing me to do the assassination to those who played a role within causing the world to be fucked up the way it is now. Instead of putting that power back in my fucking hands, they took it in their own fucking kind and sought out to think that they was okay with what the fuck they was doing and had planned. It's been quite a few people who have told me about the plot to blow up shit. And then out the fucking blue, they fuck around and end up deceased. And both times it was on the phone. That's why I told you motherfuckers, don't fucking call me at all. Fucking page me. Motherfucking beeper still work. All that electronic shit that a nigga made in the 70s and 80s and early 90s, mid 90s, all that shit has towers and shit still. That shit can still work. You see nothing but MDs, physicians with fucking pagers. They got cell phones, but you're not going to catch their conversation about how they doing things unless they sloppy on the phone. They going to sit in a circle amongst other motherfuckers, or they going to see each other face to face where they feel secure at to speak about how things are not going and how things are going. These motherfucking doctors, tell me when the motherfucking last time a fucking doctor saved one of your motherfucking family members. The fucking technology, they don't even fucking know how to use. The motherfucking machines was like medic beds when I made them. The motherfucking EKGs or EJK or whatever the fuck this shit was for certain curations of people to bring back electricity to their organs, main organs, and brain cells and bodies and hearts to keep it pumping, to keep things circulating. These dumb dickwits didn't know how to use the shit. They fried my motherfucking brain, so I'm forgetful. Only thing I could tell you is everything to reproduce another human being and to save people's lives was put in hospitalizations. Everything you needed, from bacon to shelter to food to clothing to cars to medications and meds, advances, upgrades. When I had all these things going, couldn't nobody tear me apart from what the fuck I was doing. It had to be people that call themselves as holy as thou to allow people, because no matter how much motherfucking evil you are and how much motherfucking power you think you possess, the holy power always absorb all negative energy and put it right back where it need to be at a cooling temperature to where it's defrost, melting, disintegrating, and wipeable away. This shit is not motherfucking rocket science, man. This shit is not Elon Musk, the real Elon Musk. I told you motherfuckers in Miss Gallup class, I told you motherfuckers in 94, watch who the fuck come and claim to be the fucking rocket scientist. Watch. When you motherfuckers was loving my stint, I told you motherfuckers, man. I prepared you motherfuckers for every fucking obstacle they was gonna throw in your motherfucking faces. Not only did y'all let y'all self down, y'all fucking let me down. Y'all make me look as if I did not teach you motherfuckers the right from wrong. Like I didn't prepare you motherfuckers for what the fuck was coming. Don't get mad at me, youth, or people around the age they say I am, because your parents and their parents and their parents gave y'all all to me. I have to deal with other motherfuckers coming taking y'all away. I begged you motherfuckers not to do what the fuck y'all see me doing.